welcome to my channel. This is the cap we're going to be using for this ponytail wig, and this is the net. It has an elastic band which you're going to be using to adjust the wig to your head after it is sewn. Those are my bundles. I'm going to be using the needles and thread, and of course you'll be needing some pins because you know this is not a full cap, and you'll be needing some pins to always hold them at your hair at the end, okay, and the whatever the net on the dummy. Now I'm going to be lining this is like the direction. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay, just line to kind of like know how you're going to be sewing your wigs. Okay, the handkerchief on my on my dummy's head is because my dummy is looking so ugly, and I didn't want you guys to see how ugly it is looking, so I wanted to just, and then again to make it very very clear, because the handkerchief kind of like make keeps a base for it to be very clear. These are the buns I'm going to be using. It came in different lengths, but I'm going to start with the 18 inches because I want it to be long. Okay, now we're going to start sewing on the first line that was drawn. Okay, just this is actually not difficult at all. So you're going to start sewing on the first line, and then just keep sewing it all the way to the end like that. Okay, if you notice something, like I'm always holding using the pin to kind of like hold the edge, hold it to the other ending of the weave, and then at the beginning as well. They kind of like makes it easy for you, because you're going to be raising up your hand at some point, so you don't want the hair dropping, and then it's going to make it tiring for you. Okay, so get these pins. They're going to be very very useful. If you don't have T-pins, you can use these ones as well. Okay, so just basically keep sewing and sewing all the way till you get to the end, and then when you get to the end, when you get to the end, each end of the net, I usually would not turn, because this is the ponytail wig, so I didn't want to be doing the turning method. If you want to also do the turning method, you have to make it very flat, but I would advise you not to do the turning method, okay, especially when your weft is really thick. Okay, so I was um cutting mine. When I get to the end, I cut mine, or I'll turn it. If you know you're very good at turning and it's not going to be bulky, then you can as well turn. Okay, but if you know you're not very good at turning, then you have to be cutting it anytime you get to the end. Okay, because it's a ponytail wig after all. All right, so this hair that I'm using, the name is Diva. It's just a random hair. It's not a 100% human hair. Okay, even though they say it's human hair, but I know it's something that you have to constantly put more effort to maintain, for it not to tangle. Okay, of course it's a ponytail wig, and it's just something very affordable for my queens, on here, to just do, and then you know look very very good. Okay, you don't need to go get all those expensive very Brazilian hair, human hair. Okay, if you're on a budget, this is something that would really really work for you. The net cost me just about 500 naira in Nigeria, which I don't think is up to $1. So everything altogether is not up, is not up to it's not up to let's say it wasn't up to $4. Yeah, so this thing, it wasn't up to $4 because I have my pins and all. Anyway, so just want to keep sewing and sewing. This is really really simple. I mean, this is the simplest you would ever see on the internet. Yeah, I said so because it's already outlined. All you need to do is measure your hair from the one end to the other end, pin it down, and then start sewing. Okay, it's beginner friendly. It is not difficult, and it doesn't give you any stress at all. Okay, it's something anybody can do. So okay, you can see me cutting it at that point because I didn't want to turn. So at this point now, I want to start sewing them in doubles. You can see me joining two waves. I've been using single, so from that three lines that I just showed you now, I'm going to do double double on this place, because if I continue doing single all the way, the hair is going to look extremely scanty. So but we need some little bit of volume on the hair. Okay, so it looks really really full, but not so full. So I'm going to be using double wefts on this double hair. I don't know if I call it double, yeah, but you saw me what I did earlier, right? So I'm going to be using double on that three lines I was showing you, not quite long. Okay, so when I sew up onto that end, I'm going to cut it up and then turn again, keep sewing. Okay, just that way. Okay, basically. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Okay, still the same process. So from one end to the other end, continue sewing from the other end to the other end. When you get to the other end, you cut it up. You don't have to turn, and if you have to turn, make sure your turning game is very good because you don't want it bulky at the end. And also one more thing, make sure you do not sew on that rubber band. The rubber band stretches, the one that you're going to use to stretch, after pinning it down with those two pins, front and back. This rubber band you're seeing up there, do not, like, it's all the way around. Make sure you do not sew down, you don't sew it to the hair. Okay, because if you sew it to the hair, you won't be able to drag it, and of course adjust it to your hair to look like as if it's actually sewn on your hair. So make sure not to do that mistake. Okay, so this is the end of the sewing for me. It's almost done, and then I'm going to go ahead to like install it on my hair right away. Okay, just keep doing that till you get to the end, and that'll be it basically. Okay, so yeah, I'm done sewing, and this is what the hair is looking like right now. I'm going to go ahead and then comb it out, and then, okay, of course, then do the final touching and maybe put some oil. This is what it's looking like. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and kind of like style my hair and then attach it to my hair. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was telling you about the rubber band. Make sure you don't sew it down so that you can be able to stretch it.